we're here with BJ Enriquez at the Sega booth here at Comic-Con, and we're taking a look at Captain America Super Soldier. BJ, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
All right, now we're seeing Cap here doing all different kinds of acrobatic moves. Of course, he's a super soldier, can do all these awesome things. But I guess the first question I'm going to ask you about is plot. And obviously, there's a Captain America movie coming out next year. Does this have anything to do with that movie?
So we take place in World War II, and we're in the same universe as the movie, but we have Christos Gage. He's a writer for Marvel. He's writing the Avengers Academy, and he's giving us a brand new story. You know, we skipped the origin. Cap's super soldier. He's got the shield right away, so it's our own unique thing that we can run off on our own and make a good game around that.
Now, well, first off, that was an amazing shield deflection there. I mean, the shield, I guess, is very highly... The combat system isn't completely dependent on it, but it's clearly a key part of it, correct?
Yeah, and that's one of the things about Cap that's so iconic is his shield, right? Not many characters have an iconic weapon, so we wanted to make sure to use Cap's shield as much as we could to say, hey, you know what? You're not just playing a guy, you're playing Captain America. Oops.
Now, we also saw, as we saw earlier, there's a, it seems that the regular hand-to-hand combat system is very Batman Arkham Asylum inspired, and why did you do it like that, and what was the inspiration for it?
So one of the things, one is that, you know, we wanted to pick Cap's abilities and play on them really well, and the thing, you know, that Captain America and Batman both have in common is that they're both great fighters, they're both agile, so there are going to be some overlap, and of course, as a gamer, I want to see things that I enjoy playing, so, you know, Batman was obviously, Arkham Asylum was very successful, you know what, let's see what we could do there, but like turn it up to 11 because Cap has the shield, and while Bruce Wayne's a normal guy, Steve Rogers is a super soldier, so we could, you know, do that even more than like what Batman could do. So right now you're seeing like Cap's objective of this is to kick Hydra out of this castle and figure out what the plot is. And like right now in this section he has to take out this giant anti-aircraft gun. So he's gonna take a shot at him. Of course, he's got the vibranium shield, so no problem. And you know, now I can make my way across the platform. And you know, I was mentioning earlier, you said that, you know, Captain America is very agile, so with the platforming, it's not so much a pass-fail thing, because Cap can make all these jumps, right? It's about, you know, pulling off the right timing. So if you pull off the timing right, you'll get flashier moves, you'll avoid damage, but if you get it wrong, you'll just, you know, swing on objects a little bit longer, maybe take some damage from enemy gunfire. But it's not about, you know, passing or failing, it's about being awesome or awesomer.
Now, you mentioned that the shield's made of vibranium, so is this bit a bit more Ultimate storyline inspired or more classical?
So the way the thing that we're able to do is pull from all the different versions. So you got 616 Captain America, which is the mainstream Marvel universe. You got Ultimate Captain America, you got Film Captain America. So finding out all those cool elements and just mixing them together to make the Cap game, because you know he's been in Marvel vs. Capcom, Ultimate Alliance, but he hasn't had his own solo starring role. So this is what we're gonna do with that.
Did you find was it hard to stick Cap into a World War II era? I mean, of course, obviously that's where he's originally from, and there's been a lot of stories about it. But I mean, so many of the modern stories are more based on him taking on, you know, with the Avengers, like you mentioned. So was it hard to come up with an original storyline based in that era?
Well, the thing is that we had help with, you know, a Marvel writer, so he knows exactly how to take World War II and Marvelize it, right? So increase, like, you know, like for example, we have Hydra now, so that changes everything. You know, they're like a supervillain version of Nazis, so everybody loves beating up on supervillains. Everybody loves beating up on Nazis, so there's just material in there that you can use to play from, right? And of course, you know, sticking a superhero in the setting is like how awesome is that? It's just, you know, most World War II games are like, you know, your regular guy shooting people from first person, but this is an action superhero game, so you know, we can pull a soft leg.
That was really sweet.
That's a crippling strike. So a bunch of these like super soldier type abilities in the game that we're gonna, you know, add way more of, and just, you know, to say, hey, you know, you're not just a soldier, you're a superhero in this, you know, setting. So, you know, stuff with the shield, stuff with his agility, all that stuff. We're gonna just populate the game with that to make it awesome and fun.
Very cool. Now, in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, obviously the red bar is your health. Talk about the blue bar that's filling up as we speak.
So, of course, you know, those are placeholder, and we're still working on systems and stuff because it's a pre-alpha build. But red is your health, and blue is the kind of like your special meter that you use to charge up. And when you charge it up, you can do stuff like the crippling strike that you saw earlier, that was crushing the guy's face, and of course, other things that involve the shield and stuff like that later on.
Now, of course, during World War II, Cap was a key figure, but he had help along the way. He met along with Wolverine. He, of course, had Toro. He had the Submariner. Are any of these guys possibly going to peek their head into his universe here?
So we're not going to confirm any of those characters, but what I'll say is that you can make a Captain America game with including iconic Captain America cast, and I'll just stop it right there.
I think I could watch that all day.
I've been watching it for like months and I still love it. So at the very end, like I mentioned, iconic Captain America character. So what we have here is we're going to tease the reveal of Arnim Zola. So everybody with the mono eye and the face in the monitor. So this picture is like the 1940s reimagining of Arnim Zola. So you can see he's looming in the background, and when he eventually comes out, you'll be like, yep, that's Arnim Zola. So acknowledging, hey, you know what, he has a great cast of characters, it's a comic book thing, let's throw in as much comic book stuff and love for the fans, like myself, as we can.
Very cool, awesome. And now, of course, the key question is, what systems and when can we finally expect to play it?
So it's coming out 2011, you have a 1 in 12 chance of getting the month right. The 360 and PS3 obviously are going to be this version of the game. The Wii is going to be its own because it has a special control that we want to take advantage of, and then DS, of course, with its touchscreen.
BJ, I just want to thank you for your time as we see here the reveal of Mr. Arnim Zola.
Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the game.
Surprised to see me?